All right, so in the last video, I put together my constructor function and initialized the manager and minimum contribution variables. I'm going to move to my approvers variable here, which is a list of addresses for every person who has donated money, and also to the contribute function, which is called when someone wants to donate money to the campaign and become an approver. So let's get started. I'm back inside of Remix, and I'm going to first initialize the approvers variable as an array of addresses. And I'm going to do that like so. So approvers, and I'm sorry. Well, you know what? I've written it, but I meant to start first with address, and that's an array. And this is going to be public and approvers. All right. And so next, the contribute function. This is going to be called whenever someone wants to send money to our contract. And that's a key word there, send money to our contract. Anytime you want someone to send some money, we need to mark the corresponding function as being payable. And I'll show you what I mean. Inside of here, so function, contribute, and it's going to be public, and it's going to be payable. So, all right. So payable is what makes this function able to receive some amount of money. So when someone calls this function, we need to ensure that they pass in the appropriate amount of money or an amount greater than the minimum contribution. So at the top of the function, I'm going to add in a require statement to look at the amount of money that this user is sending and ensure it's greater than the minimum contribution. And I'm going to do that like so. So require message dot value greater than minimum contribution like so. So I've used the MSG or message global variable before, and it's a global variable, and one of its properties is value. Okay, so message.value is the amount in way that someone has sent along a transaction that is targeting this contribute function. So if the person does not send in greater than the minimum contribution, then the require statement will throw an error and immediately exit the function. If they get past that line of code, we can take this person and add them onto our approvers list. So right underneath this, we can say something like approvers.push, like approvers.push, and we can then get the address of the person getting the transaction. So I'm going to kind of space this out a bit. All right, so approvers.push and msg.sender. All right. All right, so I have my constructor function and contribute function. The approvers variable will run into an issue eventually, and I think I may have mentioned that earlier, having to do with this being an array. So in a subsequent video, I'm going to test my contract out and talk about some of the issues that might arise from using an array variable here. All right, see you then.